Hello my lovely and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I will guide you through a self-reflection process that you need to do before you set goals for the new year. If you're ready, this is going to be an interactive video. Grab your journal, grab a pen, grab a tea, sit down with me, let's reflect on the year that was, and let's get ready and set the foundation for the new year ahead so that you can create a life that you love, so you can create a happier and more meaningful life. If you're ready, let's just jump right in. Before we jump in, I do want to mention what a self-reflection process is. This is something that I do every single month. I have a few previous videos where I do an end of the month self-reflection process, but this is a little bit bigger. This is to process the year, to reflect on the year that was, because if you want to set new goals for the year, you do have to stop and think, where are you now? That way you can understand and figure out where you want to go and what you want to accomplish next year. It's really important to cultivate gratitude, mindfulness, and a lot more joy in your life, to sit down and reflect and think and feel and look back at everything you learned and what you went through this past year. That way you can take forward with you what is meaningful, what is important, and what is valuable to you, and you can release any emotions or anything that might have happened to you that is not serving you anymore. Like I mentioned in the intro, this is an interactive video. I will mention some prompts. I will maybe encourage you and ask a few more follow-up questions for you to think a little bit more, to dig deep. And then I want you to pause the video, write out as much as you want, take the time that you need. There is no right or wrong answer. You can redo this process a few times, go back to your answers, add things, remove things, change things, whatever you want. This is about time that you're giving to yourself. This is a time for you to reflect on the last year, for you to learn, to grow, and like I said, to take forward with you lessons and learnings and things that are valuable and important, to take them forward with you and to release everything else. So if you're ready, let's just jump right in. Let's start with the first prompt. What are 3 good memories from this year? I want you to take the time to reflect on really meaningful moments that made you feel deeply happy, on things that you're grateful for, because if you want to cultivate a lot more happiness, more joy, and more mindfulness in your life, then you do have to take into account all the things, all the good things and the blessings that you have in your life. And I want you to cultivate a mindset of abundance and gratitude and joy, and that starts with reflecting on 3 good memories from this past year. So pause the video and write down 3 good memories from the year. Describe it in as much detail as possible. What happened? Who was there? What was involved? What was the situation? What was the context? What time of the year it was? What emotions and feelings that you feel? Write down as much detail as you can. That way you can really anchor the good memories and cultivate gratitude and joy around your life and for the things that you already have. Pause the video and answer the prompt. Describe your year using one word only. Was it growth? Was it struggle? Was it challenge? Choose one word and be very specific and think about it, but this will give you a little glimpse into what you went through and how you felt about your year, which will help you continue reflect on what you might have learned, how far you've come, or the person that you want to be moving forward. So using one word, describe your year. What are 3 challenges that you faced this year? How did you overcome them? And what did you learn? I really want you to cultivate a lot more mindfulness around yourself, around your life, around what is going on. And I want you to reflect on challenges that might have happened to you and how you learned from them, because it becomes a lot more empowering and a lot easier to accept any challenges that you might have faced if you can see the growth and the learning that came from it. So, what are 3 challenges you faced this year? Describe them in as much detail as possible. How did you face them? How did you overcome them? What did you learn? What emotions did you need to process? Be as detailed as possible. Dig deep, write as long as you need. Pause the video and answer the prompts. What are 3 things you learned about yourself? This perhaps relates to something that you might have mentioned in the last prompt about the challenges that you faced, but I really want you to reflect, what are 3 things you learned about yourself? Maybe there's a skill that you have. Maybe you have more strength and resilience than you realized. Maybe a lot more adaptable than you realized. What are 3 things that you never realized that you were good at or that you underestimated in yourself? And write them down. Explain why you're proud of that and what those things are. Maybe give examples of situations where that skill or that strength was was challenged and that you were able to overcome a situation with that skill. So write down 3 things that you learned about yourself this year. Pause the video. What do you want to remember when you look back at this year? What are the good things, the bad things, the lessons, the challenges, the growth, anything from this year? What do you want to remember? Are there good memories that you want to remember? Are there important but hard lessons that you might have learned? Are there things about yourself or something that you realize about, life? Any life lessons? What are the things that you learned this year that you want to make sure that you remember moving forward? Pause the video and answer the prompt. What are 3 things that you're proud of? Whether it's about yourself, whether it's about accomplishments, whether it's about things that you were able to achieve this year or to change in yourself. What are 3 things that you're proud of? And I really want you to reflect, what did it take for you to do these things? What changes that you have to make? What drastic reflection that you have to make? What did you learn about yourself? I really want you to take the time to reflect on who you have become this year, through all the challenges, through all the things that life will throw at you. And I really want you to reflect, what are 3 things that you have in your life right now about who you are right now that you're proud of? I really want you to cultivate a lot more confidence, sense of empowerment, and sense of pride in yourself. So pause the video. Make sure to go into detail. What are 3 things that you're proud of that you accomplished this year, or things that you're proud of about yourself? Pause the video and answer the prompt. What are 3 things that you would do differently? Looking back at your year, whatever you might have gone through, the things that you might have learned maybe the hard way, what are 3 things that you would have done differently? Would you have spent a lot more time with your loved ones? Would you have been a lot more grateful for the things that you had that you might not have been able to do or experience as much of this year? What are 3 things that you would do differently? I really want you to reflect on what you learned this year and how you want to move forward, and how those lessons have impacted your understanding of the world, of yourself, and how you want to live your life moving forward. Pause the video and answer the prompt. I want to hear from you. What is your biggest lesson that you learned in the previous year? Share your knowledge, share your experiences with everyone. There's a lot of value in sharing your story, and I want to hear from you. What did you learn this year, and what is the biggest lesson that you will take away from this past year? If you want more practical tips on how to create a life that you love and achieve more inspired and meaningful goals, make sure to subscribe to my channel where I share practical tips on how to create a life that you love. And in the next video, I will share with you meaningful and inspired goals that you should be setting for the new year. Make sure to follow along. I will guide you through the process of how to set inspired and meaningful goals for you to create a happier and more meaningful life. Let's make next year the best year yet. I'm sending you a lot of love. I hope that you enjoyed this video. Make sure to like and comment. Until next time, bye for now.